Alrighty. Howdy and good morning to all you little hornimaniacs out there. Not all you little horny maniacs out there, don't get it twisted. We're probably going to retire that nickname immediately. Anyways, good morning. Hope y'all are doing well. Having a good Tuesday. Yo, what's up, Kalash? It's been a minute. How are you, my friend? Oh my goodness. We're getting ready. I don't even know. Usually there's nobody here for the first little bit. I'm not used to have to speak to human beings for a little while. Oh my goodness. How's it going? Let's see. What do we want to start with today? Definitely going to play some Strauss. Got to do some lip trills probably. Yo, what's up, Professor? Good to see ya. Glad to hear it, Kalash. I'm also, I'm pretty good, all things considered. These next couple of weeks are going to be crazy busy in terms of I have 5 different performances over the next 2-3 weeks. Concerts and recitals and juries and maybe an audition. Ooh, I haven't checked. Technically, the season has ended for the orchestra. So any minute now, there should be audition positions posted. They are not yet. I'm a little upset. Not really. But yeah, just playing a lot. Still working on the kitchen, What's up, Beast? How are you? Today's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Not a whole lot over here. Hope you're doing well. We're just tooting some. I think we're going to do some lip trills because I ain't done some lip trills yet today. And then if anybody wants to give me a key, I got a new book yesterday. It's got an octopus. This is the grand theoretical and practical method for the valve horn. Ah! And what it is, it's literally shit in every single key. Starts off C major. Boom. It gives you C major and it gives you all these exercises within it. All kinds of intervals, scales, relative minors, diminished sevenths, major, dominant sevenths, etc. Then you go into G major and you do the whole thing over and over again. So it literally goes from C major up to, what is this fuck-ass key? No, this is the one. I think the furthest it goes is to C sharp major in terms of sharpness. Yikes. And then for flatness, actually goes to, I think, F flat or C flat major. There's D flat. It's a crazy freaking book. I started playing around yesterday in C and G major just because I'm familiar with those and don't really, didn't have to do much heavy lifting to try and figure them out. Yeah, C flat major is the last one so it goes to C sharp major and C flat major on opposite ends and everything in between. So if there's any particular keys that y'all in chat would like to noodle around in, majors or minors, because they do contain relative minors. For example, G minor here in the B flat major section. Took me a minute because it's E flat major or E flat, major concert, but relative it's B flat. So I'm transposing all kinds of stuff as we go. E major, love it. That is a wonderful key. Great for, because now, E major. E major is Mozart. No, it's in D, but that's okay. E major is still good. E major is wonderful. This is E major. Exercises in E major. Cool. let's do the scale exercises in E major. There's a first ascending. Nope. Why is that partial so hard to... It's starting on a G sharp. E major, all right. The ending is a little weird. Yo, what's up, JL and Henry and Suki? How y'all doing? What's up? Holy cow, it's great to see all y'all. Let me try this one more time a little bit. Where is E? I'm so bad at bass clef, y'all. That's how it ends. That's what it is. How much of it is because of the mouthpiece, and how much of it is because of the valves? How much of what is the question? And also with you, JL, because like it. So there's actually a fun. So this is the grand theoretical and practical method for the valve horn. If you go on IMSLP, so this is the original is by Chantal, which is public domain. So this the Chantal original version is available for free, public domain on IMSLP. This is for the valve horn, extended by Denise Tryon. So it's got a bunch of other additional things that's not in the original, but there's also a grand theoretical and practical method for the valveless horn as well. Because it just kind of, you know, there is a valveless horn, there is a valved horn, especially at the time that Chantal was writing this book. And in that case, it's all harmonic series stuff, I think. So it's like, so C major is like, there's a way to do it. in the lower octave, and I don't know how to do it. But in the higher, it's, you know. I'm starting on a G, that's why. It's like you got to do a lot of right hand stuff to get the pitches right. So that's how much can be done just with, you know, mouthpiece and embouchure and air. The valves do the rest. So historically, you had what was a natural horn, which did not have valves or any of this stuff in there. It was basically just a long thing of tubing, right? And that was pitched in F. And so what you had was where I think the tuning slide was, you could put in what's called a crook. And this essentially is your horn in E crook. So it lowers the horn in F by a half step. Boom. Now you're horn in E. So you go from to, and that's horn in E. Horn in E flat, horn in D flat, horn in C, etc. So they kind of work in tandem, especially on modern instruments. Whereas in using a natural horn or an old-timey like period instrument, it was all embouchure, and then you'd stick a crook in, and then okay, you're in a different key, but it's still all embouchure, if that makes sense. Sound Ocean, what's up, dude? I saw your CRT on in the Discord, right? Dude, that's freaking awesome. Are you what are you using it for? Are you getting ready for GTA 6? I'm pretty sure I made that very similar joke in the Discord, but that's freaking awesome. So retro, dude. I remember those were some good old days. I think I was on using CRTs until I left for college, honestly, because the family computers would have all been on CRT monitors. And I got a MacBook when I went to college for the first time, so yeah. I don't have a power supply for it, so now it's decoration. Hey, you know, that's not bad. And you can always like, dude, that'd be so cool. You can have like different CRT filtered like displays of games, like things that you know are into and like, and just have that. And that could be like a you know, retro gaming sort of picture frame almost. That's pretty interesting. That could be fun. Pretty cool with all the valves and slides. Dude, I absolutely love the history of the horn. Like, it's so fascinating to me because it evolved from just like literally like hunting horns, right? Like, you know, you have the little crooks, right? That's a horn. That is a horn back in the day, right? And so we have a grand tradition of being regal and you know, I don't know. It's fun. It's good shit. All right. A little bit more E major. We have one more scale exercise to see if we can get through. And then we'll probably move on. Or actually, you know what? Let's do it in thirds. Yeah, why not? Let's try it in thirds. This is going to go very poorly. But that's why we practice, is so that next time it won't go so poorly. The law of adaptation. What is difficult today will become easier tomorrow if you push yourself beyond your present limits. Think about it. Okay. And that's like one thing that what am I trying to say? The thing that I think is one of the most valuable about this book is how it's got all the intervals for all the keys written out and done rhythmically different. So like E major is different from D major. I was doing a little D major earlier and it was a completely different like cadence for going up and down the scale. Each one is unique and each one is fun to play, you know? If you want to know what monitor is, it's a Gateway VX 919 inch. Yo, that is pretty freaking cool, dude. I love vintage retro tech. Like, I wish I still had my old Game Boy Color. You know, I wish I had some of my old like desktop monitors and computers and towers and things from back in the day. But alas, they're all rotting in some landfill, unfortunately. I saw the video of a Baroque horn. Basically, looks like a French horn without all the gadgetry and keys. Yes, yeah. I was watching Beethoven 3 the other night, actually, and I didn't realize it because it was my background music for my girlfriend and I were eating dinner. And it comes to the horn trio in the third movement. I can't speak today, and I was like, "Oh, babe, listen to this," and the TV's behind me, right? So it's like, this is pretty freaking cool. So then we finish dinner and I go back and I'm watching the trio in a little bit and they're on just like natural horns. And I was like, yo, they're playing on period instruments and I didn't even realize. That's like freaking awesome. My girlfriend's over there like, what the hell am I looking at? Those are not horns. Those don't have like any of the things. And yet, it was really interesting. I'm going to get it recapped because it's old and probably a good idea to get a recap, but I really don't want to carry it downstairs. That bitch is heavy. They sure are. 19 inches, like, doable, right? We didn't have a big, like, CRT computer monitor, but we used to have giant, I guess they were CRT TVs, you know, and those suckers were not fun to have to move. Oh my God. Whew. Really annoying. But, you know, that's the price we pay for technology or something. I don't know. Excuse me. Jeez, I don't. Yikes. That's some crazy. That just goes to show you, I really got a lot of work to do in E major, especially the intervals, thirds and fourths, fifths, sixths, sevenths, octaves, ninths, tenths, double octaves, etc., etc. And yes, those are all present. I just did thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, sevenths, octaves, ninths, tenths, double octaves. You know, just major triads. You got the major seventh, the dominant seventh, C minor, G minor, C sharp minor, diminished sevenths, and then lip trill. The only thing that I don't think I really understand so much are the lip trill exercises, because like, I don't know. I don't know that it's super. I don't know. It's just weird, because like the C major one, it has lip trills on like a G on the staff, which like these are the lip trill exercises they give you, as opposed to C to D, which seems like a much more natural lip trill. You've got that, and then you've got it's all G to A, which is like not a shady website for buying discounted Steam keys. It's, you know, just kind of weird. Anyways, I think that's enough theoretical and practical method for the moment. Mdor, I see you there. Appreciate the lurkage, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. My room's awful and depressing right now because it's a mess, but I'm going to give it a makeover. I'm going to beautify her. I want to get display cases and put the CRT in the middle and the section surrounding it. I might like put like figures and music memorabilia and shit. Dude, that sounds awesome. Like a little shrine to whatever. That's pretty sweet. Godspeed, my friend. I hope you'll put a picture in Discord or somewhere. I want to see when it gets to be at a place that you're happy with. That's really interesting. Okay. Let's see. I have not done lip trills today. Yes. Let's work on some lip trills. Some actual lip trills, not some Chantal lip trills, you know what I mean? And I'm sure you don't. Because I don't even know what I mean. Is that a Godspeed You Black Emperor reference? No. No, that is me wishing you Godspeed in your endeavors. Any resemblance to individuals or circumstances, fictional or real, is purely coincidental, etc. Disclaimers, not financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Do your own due diligence. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. Past results are not indicative of future performance. Not member FDIC. Whatever sort of CYA we got to do in here. We're not. That was not a reference that I intended to make. Is the whole thing there. Anyways. Oh, jeez. And I haven't talked about this, but I actually... Medical advice, definitely not. This is not medical advice. Consult with your doctor, your primary care physician. Ask your doctor about what daily French horn practice can do for you. Something. Blitzkrieg, what is up? Good to see you, my friend. So short answer is no, bitch. Yes, but the long answer was no, bitch, but like bitch in a good way. Slightly longer answer. I don't know what I'm... All right, we're gonna play some shit. Play Rush E. I don't know Rush E. I know some rush. We could maybe like, what are the notes for YYZ? It's 3 on D. So F to, it's F. Why? I'm so mind flooded. This metronome is like killing my brain right now. I'm trying to, Seven Nation Army we might be able to figure out too. Give me a second to go through lip trills and we'll see what we can do. Make sure, let's Berg. I'm curious, before I answer your question, is there, besides the horn on which I play, do you actually think I am French? Just out of curiosity, like is there anything about, apart from the French horn, that would indicate that I am French? Croissant, you know? I have a croissant. Bonjour. I think that might be all I have. Omelette du fromage, you know? Definitely no fromage. Yes. Just because the French horn. All good, my friend. And you know, the French horn, as it's called, is actually the German style horn that was around at the time. I'm not sure why it's called a French horn, because it is a German style instrument, which is interesting. But anyways, okay, let's do a little bit more. Je ne parle pas français. Sure, probably. That sounds like parler. I know parler is like speak, and then français is French. So it's like, I don't know. I don't speak French, perhaps, or maybe I do. Either way, by saying it in French, I'm lying either way. I appreciate it, my friend. We try and have a little fun, you know, because practice, you know, it's going to be practice, but hanging out with y'all in chat, that makes it a fun time. That's pretty interesting. That's kind of working. Yes, Queen, you're right. Yo! See, I like, language is so cool because I don't know anything other than English, but I know enough like Spanish, French, Romance sort of languages to where I can pick out roots of words and like sort of navigate my way around some very limited words and stuff. Are you changing pitch with your breath and mouth? No key pressing. Yeah. So for a horn in particular, there's a technique called a lip trill, and this gets into some nerdy stuff on harmonic series. But basically, the pitches, once you get into the middle of the staff on a horn, so a pretty comfortable range, they're very, very close to each other. So what you sometimes hear trumpets do is blazing high. They'll be able to go like, and they'll do a little trill up in the blazing high register. Horns get that an octave lower. So basically, it's switching between a partial, so the third space C to a D right on the line above it. And it's a technique where you're trying to trill essentially all on the lips, and that's what we're working on. On, you know, open, second, first, etc., etc. And that's the kind of a unique thing to horn. because most brass instruments, they get the partials on the harmonic series get that close at a super high range, but because horn is the horn, the harmonic series starts way super low. So like is equivalent to the C, the middle C for trumpet, if that makes sense. So yeah. Anyways, the short answer is yes, just with my lips, and air and some slight jaw movement. And to answer your other question, my lips don't hurt because I'm training and I'm not. I don't do. I don't use pressure. I've sort of trained to use proper air technique and embouchure setting and all that to where there's not really pressing against in any sort of detrimental way. And especially for lip trills, if you press and you do too much pressure there, then your lips aren't free to quickly switch between the notes that they need to, and you won't be able to get a good flexible technique, if that makes sense. So my CRT low keys terrifies me. So screen of the screen imploding? Imploding. Such an unreasonable fear, though, because the screen has been under vacuum for 26 years. Huh. I never even realized that was something that could happen. So now I'm low-key terrified for you. What's the range on the trill? Can you go two tones? So really you can kind of trill anything that you want as long as you can switch back and forth fast enough. So for example, if you were to do like you could switch between a major third as fast as you could. I have not ever practiced trilling between a middle C and an E on the staff, but you could do that. You could do. It's just as fast as you can do those. If you're gonna skip a partial, so for example, if you were to do C to D is one partial up above on the staff. So like. If you were to do a trill between C and E up there, you're skipping the D partial. So that you probably could do, but you're skipping over something, and that might not be possible. And so it's a little weird, but yeah. And then you can also do, there are also half tone lip trills once you get super high, because at some point the partials become so close that you're actually right up next to them. For example, that's B natural to C above the staff. So you could technically do a half step lip trill from B natural to C up there. That is beyond my ability. I'm not gonna try that, but that's something that you could do if you worked on it. Sorry, let me catch up. So the actual screen of the CRT is basically a tube under a high vacuum. So if the vacuum fails, it can implode violently. How violently we're talking about? Like, would this clear out your entire bedroom, or would it just like pop in like? That doesn't sound good. Do I play in an orchestra? Not currently. No, I'm in practice, and I play with a wind symphony at my local community college. I take private instruction there, and I do play with them, and also with a brass quintet there. Hopefully, in the next couple of days, I'm hoping that the local professional orchestra will post their audition list, because that's going to be around May. So, knock on wood, I'm going to try and take that audition, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, not currently. Tapioca, what's up, dude? How are you? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. If you're close to it, then it's dangerous. That sounds very true. That sounds like what I would expect. But like the range of it, like if I'm from me to my camera, right? Like, am I getting pelted with shrapnel and, you know, going crazy, or is it just like pop like, oh my god? Shards of glass in all directions. Okay, well there you go. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. Oh, and another thing about the skipped notes. When one of the reasons why the horn has such a good glissando capability, really like smooth and good slurs between notes, is because what a slur is basically a jump from one note to the next, glancing over the partials in between. The intro to Strauss 1, or the one of the first notes, is an octave slur from F at the bottom of the staff to F on the top of the staff. And what you are supposed to hear is, for the smallest split second, you hear each one as you go, right? And so what I do, if ever I get stuck on it and the octave doesn't really sound, the way to fix that is to hit all the partials in between. So for example, and it's training to sort of hit over them on your way up and not get stuck on them, right? So what it's supposed to sound like is, and you can kind of hear like almost a rip on the way up. And that's the sort of characteristic horn sound. That's what you get from all those partials being so close together. On a slur of an octave, you're hitting like five different notes in between there. You're glancing over all of them and you're like, we're here, you know? It's a really, really fun instrument, I tell you. Intro to Strauss 1. That actually sounded pretty good. I feel pretty good about that. Sorry, let me catch up on chat. If you practice every day, you should have no problems joining some orchestra. That's the goal. That's the plan. I'm trying. We will see. I'm so scared of it failing, not because I'm scared of the CRT breaking, because I don't want the floor to implode on itself. I hear you, dude. But so if, as long as nothing on the casing or anything that you see is like cracked or damaged or anything, I feel like it should still be very well contained, right? Like, it shouldn't just spontaneously, right, implode. Hopefully, probably, knock on wood, because like now I'm very much jinxing you, and I don't want to do that. But I've never heard someone play between partials that quick. That's what we do. That's what we do as horn players. That is the very important technique, is having a very flexible technique. And that's why we do every day so many of these flexibility exercises. We've got the tubas that we do. We've got the harp flexies. We've got glissando exercises, schmore flexies, where we're going every sort of flexibility thing, and then straight up lip trills, right? So it's, falling. Yes, that makes a lot more sense. Falling, and that thing is toast. Yeah. I hope, if I had something like that, I would not have something like that in my house, because my dog gets crazy and zoomy, and he would be bouncing off the walls, and anything in this house that could potentially explode by falling would explode because of falling. So, yikes. Yikes indeed. There's water in my horn. Please hold as the water it becomes emptied. Is horn the best instrument? Short answer is yes. Long answer is yes, and here's why. Mostly my bias, but like, you know, there is no quote unquote best instrument. It's the one I enjoy playing the most. I enjoy listening to it the most. And there's a reason why in modern, you know, film and video game scores, anytime you need anything epic or like majestic or just like the goosebumps moments are given to the horns. So we'll let that speak for itself, I guess. You know? You know? That's horns. Star Wars and Trek. There's whole Lord of the Rings shit too. I don't even know what key I'm in anymore. Anyways, but yeah, no, I would say for me, I think the horn is the best. Sounds the best. Tapioca, you know what's up. Euphonium and horn have to be my favorite brass instruments of all time. It's hard to argue with that. Like a good, for me, euphonium trombone, I'm like, I haven't heard as much euphonium as I have heard trombone. So I think I need to listen to more euphonium, but like, I love a good mid to low brass. Oh, so rich and full and can be nasty and jazzy with some stank on it, you know? Sure could be. If it falls, the monitor's toast. I'm toast, my floor is toast, my will to live is toast, and everything keeping me sane and happy is toast. So don't let it fall. Yikes! Jurassic Park sounds amazing on horn. I believe that. I wish I knew the tune for Jurassic Park, because I'm pretty sure I've seen some music for Jurassic Park. I might have to look into that, because that would be. There's a lot. Anything in film scores. Like if the next time you listen to watch a movie with, you know, an original score and doesn't just have like, you know, pop music going on, take a listen to the score. You're gonna have horns all over the place, and especially at the big moments, the big tug at your heartstring moments. They're just gonna, oh, the horns, you know. It's like that for a reason. Hello from Brazil, yo. Hello from Florida. What's going on, Brazil? Good to see you. Zubriki. Excellent to see you. Hope you're doing well. I love being able to shine on euphonium lines because they're often so lyrical and elegant. Dude, and you're speaking my language here, because that's my shit. That's my bread and butter, you know. That's what I'm here for. Drums is actually the best instrument. Sound Ocean, do you want to get banned? Because I think you might be cruising for a bruise. I'm just playing. How much did this horn cost? I'm not entirely sure. Full disclosure, it was when I was in high school, my band director was a horn player, and this was her horn. So I played it through high school just as my school horn, and then my mom bought it off of her as my graduation present because I was going for horn in university for my freshman year. So I don't remember exactly how much she paid it for it, but we did look at what this model would cost brand new, and I want to say it's between like $5,000 to $7,000 depending on where you get it, in new versus, you know, used or whatever. It's a decent intermediate. It's a Holton H179 is the model, but they're not cheap. It's a lot of brass, and it's a lot of, you know, tubing and piping, and there's a lot goes into it. EFEBA is Jurassic Park. E, F, E, B, A. Something. Actually, there was somebody said something about the start of Amram sounded like Jurassic Park 2. E, D sharp, E, B, A. Okay. So let's see. Go down to the B. B flat, A flat, B flat to F, E flat. Those are, so that's just transposed, just a different key. Because also, if you're talking about concert versus what I'm actually playing, I'm playing an E on mine, which is a concert D. No, it's not. It's concert A. No, it's not. It's a concert B. What is wrong with me? Concert E is a B. So as long as the intervals are the same, and those look like those are similar intervals. So yeah, we're just doing transposition here. But yeah, ain't got nothing on my $250 horn. Porky, what are you playing? Are you serious? Because that's kind of like, that's like so low it should be incredible. Or else a complete piece of junk, but that's freaking awesome. Oh shoot, I didn't even see, my bad, Sound Ocean. Cruising for a fucking what? Now you heard me. Yo, what's up, Boxinji? I'm not even gonna try. Great to see you, my friend. I hate that. Excuse me. That variation's weird. That's fun. Oh goodness, little blues horn for your Tuesday morn. What's up? Just say going off what I know because that's what I learned on piano. No, I fucking did not hear you. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I just wanted to make sure. We're cool. Hey, Blitzkrieg. Appreciate the follow, my friend. Sorry, time to shower and go do stuff. Have a good practice. See you next time. And see you as well, my friend. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you later, bud. Drums is a superior instrument. Look, there's a time and a place. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, whenever there's an impactful moment in music, how often is it given to the drums / percussion versus how often is it given to the horn line? And more so, how much is it given to the horn line to play triple forte, to play bells up, and to just say, listen here, orchestra, here's where your focus is. This is the good shit. I'm just saying, how often, empirically, does that happen? Drum roll, excellent example. So there's one. There's one. I'm just saying. Oh, goodness. My brother and I used to play Binary Sunset as euphonium and tuba. Ooh, that sounds like so much fun. Dang, my youngest brother has a euphonium, and I want to do some of that. I bet we could do that with horn and euphonium too. My entire humanity has just been attacked. You brought it up! I'm just defending myself as a hornist. I'm just saying. But also, there's no reason we gotta pit two bad bitches against each other. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like my 200th day since I started alto sax, and when I started, I knew nothing about music at all. That's yes. And now you have grown so much. I bet between now and when you started, it's night and day. You can't even recognize yourself at the beginning. That's the beauty of the journey. Happy to hear that. Drums are fine, but you could argue that bass is way more important. 100%. 100%. I like that's the thing. Is Tapioca, you are correct. That is actually like I'm playing it up for a bit and to foment some sort of controversy and discussion in chat. But honestly, like every instrument has its place. Even alto saxophone, it has a place. And I'm joking again, but like, yes, in order to create beautiful music, you need all timbres, you need all brass, wind, string, percussion, etc. You need them all to create a harmonious and coherent picture of music, right? Everything's got its place. But to be honest, I'm basing all my opinions off of rock and metal, not classical and orchestra shit. Also valid. And that's also valid. Because, like, for me, as an orchestral, symphonic sort of player, I'm not going to say that necessarily an accordion is going to be the most impactful instrument. But if you're playing polka and, something folky that takes a lot of accordion, like, what the fuck do I know? I am just wrong. It all depends on context. That's the thing. Nuance and context, and I'm not going off on a rant here, but like context and nuance do not exist in modern society. It's either an all or nothing thing, constantly. And I realize that by saying that, I'm giving an all or nothing false dichotomy for what actually, is not just binary black and white. But that's regardless. Nuance, critical thinking, and context are a lost art. And that's not, to you guys, because I know we're just joking and playing around. But if I can get fucking real with you for just a second. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's almost noon. I gotta get out of here pretty soon. Do you think horn is the hardest instrument? Now that's a good question. It can be. It can be for a number of reasons, partially because of, where it sits on the harmonic series, the size of the mouthpiece. It is the smallest brass mouthpiece that exists, and you got to have like 5+ octaves of a range. That's pretty tough. It's probably an advanced level of difficulty, maybe a higher floor than perhaps like trumpet maybe, or like a different brass, but like to be able to play it well at a professional level, I think they're all, they've all got their things. If there was a super easy one, you'd see everyone doing it, strings players. But I don't know that I would say it might be more difficult for brass, but I honestly, I'm not sure. Hey, I'm a drummer. I get to crack the bassist. That's true. In the hierarchy, you do get to punch down to the bassist. That I agree with. Aristotle says that happiness is achieved in the context of community, which is partially applicable. Happiness is achieved in the context of community. Happiness is achieved in the context of community. I guess for some folks, I could definitely see that, and especially for music, as the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Absolutely. For me personally, extrapolating that to just life in general, because Aristotle was philosopher not just on music philosophy, right? But like, I'm perfectly happy as an introvert, as a shy introvert. I'm perfectly happy without community. Like if I could stay here at my house, toot my horn, hang out with my chickens and my dog, and not have to venture into the outside world, I would be very copacetic. Don't think you know what I meant by cracking the bassist. Yeah, no, if that's not what you meant, then yes, I definitely don't. Harmonies can't happen without multiple parts. Dang. That's so true. You can't harmonize just with yourself unless you can record yourself doing the melody and the underlying harmony, in which case community is also not needed. You just need a microphone in Ableton Live, right? So Aristotle kind of didn't know shit. Happiness is an illusion. Whoa. Now we're getting into some real deep shit, perhaps. Harmonica. Dude, Professor! Thank you for coming in and immediately schooling. Yes, harmonica harmonizes with yourself. Guitars, other strings and piano, and that's damn true. That's damn true. Turns out Aristotle, Socrates, morons. And that's a reference. That's a reference. If anyone else is an old head, you'll be able to tell that reference. You ever heard of Aristotle, Socrates? Morons. I'll give you a hint. That line was delivered by Wallace Shawn. Accordion as well, that's true. That's true. I would tell you what I mean, but I would get annihilated by content guidelines. What the hell are you doing over there, Ocean? What the hell? Yes, Professor! You've done it! That's the one! Oh, rip to Rob Reiner and Andre. We miss them both dearly. But that's one of my favorite movies of all time. Princess Bride. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Totally stands up. I introduced my girlfriend, and that's a good segue. Yes, I do have a girlfriend. We're actually celebrating our 2nd anniversary next Thursday. So, yeah. I introduced her to The Princess Bride. She had never seen it a number of months ago. And it's a fucking awesome movie. So, yeah. Definitely watch it. Anyways, y'all, I'm sorry to do this. I have to go. I have to go eat lunch and then get to campus for ensembles. Yeah, so I gotta get out of here. Bassist can't walk anymore. Oh my goodness. Sound Ocean, you're a menace. What are you doing over? You poor bassist. They're just trying to do their thing, slap at a bass man, And now they're non-ambulatory? That sounds like a felony. Oh my goodness. It's tied for my favorite movie with The Court Jester. That one I'm not familiar with, Professor. Court Jester. I don't even know if I've heard of Oh my god, what is wrong with my typing? B, court. Chester. From 1955! Holy cow. No wonder I haven't heard of this. Danny Kaye, Angela Lansbury, Robert Middleton are, I think, all of the names I recognize. That's crazy. Gonna be going to see you later, Tapioca. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, old movies. If you like classics, one of my favorites from that era is Mr. Roberts. It was one of my dad's favorite movies as well. Henry Fonda, Jack Lemmon, James Cagney. Oh, and whoever plays Doc, I forget. But that's an excellent film about a World War II naval officer in the midst of the war. Mr. Roberts. Mr. Roberts! You know what I mean? I'm sure you don't. Okay, Saldosh, I got you. I understand now. Now my brain is calibrated for what you meant. Can't walk straight, yes, I got you. Gonna crack the bassist. Gonna split him in half, as it were. Okay. I see. It has now become clear. Anyways, all right. On that note, no, you know what? On this note, on a concert B flat. That's what we're going to end on. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. I got to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow, 11 o'clock Eastern, for more practice, and we'll actually play more stuff tomorrow. Today was a bit light on the playing, and for that I do apologize. But it's been fun as always. Hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see y'all later. Bye! See ya! Where's the button? There it is.